So, the VAT on private schools policy, not in yet. Independent Online saying, have a look, could come in as soon as January. And this will be VAT chargeable on private school fees. So, I don't know, it seems to be coming in, James.
I think it is coming in. I have big concerns about this because I do understand that Labour have had a long-held view that they don't like the idea of fee-paying schools. They want to encourage people, I suppose, perhaps to everybody to use the same system. They don't like the unfairness that can be built in by fee-paying schools and all that sort of stuff. But this is kind of... they've tried in the past to remove charitable status. That didn't work. You can't take away charitable status from something that is a charity. So they've found this way to deal with VAT, which was brought in 1972. And since then, educational services of all kinds and some other things related have been exempt from VAT. The thing is that there are two unintended consequences of this. First of all, they say it's going to raise all this money to allow them to pay for teachers. I don't think it will. The second thing is...
Well, because people won't pay the private school fees.
Well, some people will be removed and they'll have to pay extra money to provide the extra schooling that people who are spilt out of the system need to have. And the second point is that as soon as you introduce VAT on something, then you have to look at all the other VAT rules. VAT is supremely complicated. I'm not going to go into the detail of it. But... as soon as you charge VAT, you can then start to offset.
Well, yeah, so let's just have a look. Telegraph has been onto this. So the Telegraph has been doing, I think you can see their online article here, and the Telegraph headline is VA2 loophole delivers blow to Labour's private schools tax plan. So what the Telegraph is saying, Narinder, is you collect the VAT on the fees, you don't have to give it back to the government if you spend it on something VAT exempt.
Like a
for
new
example,
sports hall,
building a squash court.
Yeah, a
exactly.
new this, a new PE. See, this is the problem, is that there's always these loopholes, and we've got to start getting rid of these loopholes because then we're not paying enough taxes for
But they're there for a reason, right?
And private schools should be taxed.
Why?
I'm sorry. They're not a charity. How are they a charity? They're a profit-making business. They make profit.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do make
They
profit.
do. Can we say they do good in the world?
How do they do good? And
By educating people?
Well, of course, but you're paying for it. It's a luxury. It's a luxury to have a private school.
It is, but
I'm sorry, but you need to be taxed on that.
Yes, I'm sorry, but that person has already paid tax on their income. So how many times do you want to pay tax on whatever they're paying?
But they're choosing to go to a private school, so you pay tax on it.
Yes, you're choosing to, but then also they're giving up.
They take one child in every year as a bursary. That's not a charity.
No.
What
It's a
about,
business. They
Narinder,
ought to be
the
taxed.
argument? Because I've had a call from somebody who's a hairdresser married to a bricklayer, and they've got one child, and they don't like the local schools, and they've spent every penny they've got.
I understand that.
And they know now they can't afford to pay the VAT, so they have to pull their child out, and their place will be taken by a Russian.
Well,
so you'll end up
actually,
with even richer people's
children. No, I don't buy
then.
that.
No?
I don't buy that either, because they'll still take the Russian. And actually, the people who are scrimping and saving, I understand that. That's a lot for them. However, I don't think they should put up the fees because they're going to get the money out of the tax loophole.
Well, I don't know.
So,
I don't know, Jason.
And I don't think that's the deal breaker for them. I don't think anybody would pull their children up because it's going to be another £200 a month.
But I think
they're still going on holidays.
James,
they're still driving Audis.
But you have. It doesn't matter.
They
You see,
are.
it doesn't matter. But you have identified exactly the problem with this, which is this is an ideological discussion, and it is the politics of envy. Parents should be able to decide how to educate their children. Number one, and number two,
they
don't get a rebate.
But they can't all do that. They don't all have the money to do it.
Well,
actually,
it is totally.
It's the politics of reality.
No, it's the politics of envy.
Because they're a business making profit, and our schools, state schools,
They're
need
not,
more money.
because if they were paying a profit, then
so you seem to be defending private schools who've got money, but not state schools.
Okay, James,
Narendra, if they were making a profit, they would be. They make a surplus. They do not hand that profit back to anybody. There are no shareholders. If they are a shareholding business, then it's separate and it's different, and I understand. But if they are a charity, they are not making a profit. The second point is that if you want to take somebody out of a school and pay for that, then they are still paying twice, and you are going to put them back into the system.
And that's their choice, because it's a luxury to go to a private school.
It's going to make the state system worse.
It's not going to, because I don't buy that they're all going to leave the private school and suddenly turn up at state schools. That's not going to happen.
They won't all.
They're still living a very good lifestyle, and actually, our state schools need the money. We need this tax.
OK, all right, let's move on to the Times.